So we'll call our meeting to order. And we do have 3 members, so we have a quorum.
For what meeting?
And this is for the Capital Planning Committee regular meeting of the 7th of November, 2019. Okay, now I do have copies of our previous meetings minutes.
Thank you. Good.
And the,
I move to waive reading of the minutes and accept them as is.
okay,
Second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Okay, so let's talk about the stretcher that you are looking for. Last time you were here, it was $40,000.
Yeah.
Now it's 53,069.99,
Yes.
right down to the penny. Okay. I'm gonna let you start and then we'll.
Okay. This is to go with the ambulance that we got approved at last meeting, our new ambulance. We're not able to use our current structures because we're not going in this regulated anymore due to the attachment in the back. And our little
No,
structures.
wait, say that again.
They have little, when you push the stretcher in, it just sits on 2 rabbit ear connectors at the top, slides in and locks with a
Okay.
bar.
Okay.
The state says they're not safe anymore in crashes. They can lunge forward and break the brackets. So you need a center rail. You have to build new ambulances. So our current stretchers will not, you could probably modify them, but our current stretchers are over 20 years old. And he doesn't feel it'd be worth it to do that. So they're all going with these power load stretcher systems.
Because the last time we had, so it didn't come with a stretcher.
No, you can buy them separately.
Okay.
Usually we just take our whole stretcher and use it for the
Yeah.
new ambulance, so we can't do that this time.
Because the last time we had talked and one of our members, Tom Howard, had looked into this, there were only 1 or 2 ambulances that, and I think in Commonwealth, who had this stretcher.
That's quite a few. Georgetown has them, Merrimack has them, a couple of the Atlantic ones have them.
So the issue is that the old ones are no longer up to code, up to,
Yeah,
what is, what?
because of the crash data, you can't use the old anymore.
And are there multiple sources of new stretchers that comply with the new?
I think from manufacturers, yeah, this Furno and Stryker, all of our stuff is Stryker right now. Everything we have.
But there are competing brands, or?
Yes.
And are they more or less the same price?
They are, yeah, we looked in the Furno, and it's about the same, it's the same price. Unfortunately, they're all the same. But we've all stuck with Stryker, our stair chairs are all Stryker, all the rest of our
Yeah,
stretchers are all
yeah.
Stryker, so
I understand.
it's just easy to service
It's
them.
like a hell of a business.
I know it, yeah.
Well, the issue is, or one of my questions is, does this stretcher, you know, it's a power lift stretcher, do they come in manual as well?
They do, yeah.
And how much is the difference?
I think, well, the power, they do come manual, I mean, press manual ones, but the power stretcher is a little confusing, but
Yeah.
the power stretcher without the power load
Mhm.
is a little cheaper, it's about $30,000. And that just doesn't, that we still have to lift it, but the stretcher is very heavy at the end. When you do that, the power stretcher is very heavy. So that's the reason we're trying to look for injury prevention and.
So this stretcher is actually heavier than the old
Yeah,
stretchers?
they are, yeah, the batteries, mechanics, you know, bring the legs up. So all we're looking for is patient safety, you know, prevents any tips, which, unfortunately, with the, if you don't get the power low of the whole system, when you pull the ambulance out, it can miss the hook occasionally, which happens to us occasionally, and the patient drops out. Luckily, it's never been a problem for us, but it does happen. You know, so we're just
Sorry
trying to.
about that, Ralph.
Yeah, so we're just trying to get the
Well,
best.
put her back in.
You know, and, you know, obviously, we don't prevent injuries to our employees, so it's expensive to us.
Any other questions? Not for me.
We opened a, for a grant, that's why we held off.
I remember that.
Yeah, we denied this year with the grant, and we're successful. So we try to get 3 of them. I'll go this year.
So just trying to get 3 grants or 3 stretchers?
3 stretches.
And so we're going for 1
Just
stretcher.
one. Just one for the ambulance to try to buy.
So I guess the only question I have is, just wanna be clear. You could get a brand new stretcher that has the bar system that it meets the current regulations by the state for safety for that ambulance. It would be $30,000.
Around 30,000, yeah, we will.
It would not have the power assist,
The power load, the bar that comes out, that stretcher sits on.
Right. but it's still it's a heavier stretcher than our current system,
Yes.
even without the power assist.
Yep.
So it's 30,000 and then it goes up to 53. You didn't consider the 30 because you were thinking about.
We're just looking at injury prevention for our people and patient safety to come out of the ambulance.
Okay.
We had the power load, we tried a trial after the Boston Marathon, you can get trial stretches to try out, so we did. And it's just very heavy, and very, we actually tried it.
So you tried the,
We tried the power load stretcher,
Non-power.
yeah, not the power load stretcher.
Okay, but-
Not the load though, not the load, it's, I know it's very confusing.
yes, it is a little confusing,
Yeah.
so you're gonna help us here.
All the power the stretcher does is look like up and down. We look with-
Okay,
So you're not
okay, so
looking at the
that's,
patient constantly.
so
So that's just the
that's,
stretcher.
that's just the
The
stretcher.
power load is the bar that comes out, they use attach the stretcher to. This is my communicator, I don't like it, it doesn't like the cold.
Yeah.
Doesn't work. Yeah, so this is the whole thing. Give it to play. That's a little, funny, but that's the best we can do for this show.
Okay, thank you. Okay, so that comes out,
So that's the whole, that's the load I'm talking about, that's the power
Okay.
structure, but the load brings it out, so you don't pull anything.
okay, so the stretcher comes with the wheels anyway,
Yes,
okay. And the load actually looks like it belongs to the ambulance.
just a rod that comes out, bar that comes out.
Okay, and then this stretcher, if anybody wants to look, the stretcher attaches to the rod. Is that correct?
Yes. It goes on the rod, and the rod brings the stretcher back in and out.
Okay, so we should be able to see that coming up. It goes in. When it connects, it gives you a green light to load, is that correct?
Yes. Then easier attached, just pull up, just push in. And that'll support the stretcher and the patient. Which I'm not gonna lie, it's scary the first time you're on it, because
Yeah.
it works.
Is there a weight limit for the patient?
It's around 600 pounds, I believe.
Okay.
Which many of our stations now, unfortunately, are so
It's,
it's a struggle, the ambulance sometimes for us.
And you said you applied for a grant for 3, so can we expect 2 more requests to be coming along?
We're still gonna, obviously, we're still gonna try the grant, I'm gonna meet with FEMA and try to figure out what we went wrong on the grant, so I'm hoping to get a grant for the other 2, it won't be right away anyway, I wouldn't. No, I probably recommend doing it until we replace those ambulances, seriously, I think I would.
Okay.
There's no, it's, no reason to do it, just to do it, yeah, rather just wait until we replace the ambulances, and do it all at once, which would be quite a ways away.
all right. Any other questions? Not from me? You guys?
This is coming out of the ambulance enterprise fund?
Yes.
Yes.
And I know in April we had appropriated, about $195,000 for the new ambulance, and that doesn't come with a
Yes,
stretcher.
no.
No.
Oh, yeah, that's terrible.
Yes.
Awful.
Ah,
And we had,
Like I said, hell of a business.
we had $9,000 in there for the grant match, because we had to pay a portion of the grant, which we did not get, obviously, we coded that as what we did, and we could use that toward the stretcher anyway, so that's a little less, so. That's all the ambulance account, that is.
Okay. Any other questions? All right, thank you, chief.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Is the new ambulance arrived yet? Is it- Haven't ordered it?
No, I'll get the thing worked out with the stretcher first.
Oh. Yeah, the ladder truck is, about, next week is coming, yeah. And then a new, pumper truck too? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Take care.
Okay, good morning,
Good
Susan.
morning.
So we've got 3 items. Why don't you talk to us a little bit about what we're doing and what the portability of this equipment is going to be going forward.
Okay. So I did break it out in 3 separate capital requests for that reason.
Yeah.
I'm gonna first speak to the $100,000 request, which is a pure replacement of our existing TriCaster and CableCast system, which we currently have in place. The server CableCast portion resides still at 25 Hut Road, because that's where our fiber comes in that goes to Comcast on Hale Street,
Okay,
okay? The second portion of it, which is the TriCaster piece, comes here, is here physically, because that
okay,
allows-
that's the mobile go live unit?
that is not, that's a
Okay.
separate request,
Okay,
okay? So the TriCaster piece is here, which allows us to record live meetings.
Yep.
We connect via IP here to 25 High Road,
Yep.
to the server, so it can get broadcast out to Hill Street, okay?
okay,
The system that we have right now was installed in 2012. It was an XP system. When the town acquired the system, XP support was on its way out a few months after that system was acquired. As we know, we're already at Windows 10, so we've gone through Vista, we've gone through 7, and now we're at 10. So we're very, very behind. XP hasn't been supported in quite some time. There's been no security updates, no nothing. I have been fortunate enough to convince Cablecast to provide us maintenance on that equipment piece, but when it comes to any security updates or anything Windows related, they can't touch it. So as many people may have experienced, we've had a lot of intermittent issues with it, which is going to happen. It's old equipment. I've thrown patches at it. We also have connectivity issues because we're physically here. We're going over IP to 25 High Road. So, you know, when you have network issues, when you have weather, when you have rain and snow and ice, those all impact, you know, your connectivity over there to High Road as well. But we have to at least be able to have the dependency on the system to go live when nothing else influences it. So that is this portion. So this is a pure replacement of what we have now.
okay,
I've tried to consider all the electrical connection components, all the networking components, putting a UPS backup in there because it doesn't exist now. So there's different things that are included in this in order to make it happen.
okay,
Um,
go ahead.
I'm a little confused because I see, 3,
You do?
proposals here, but I don't see anything that's 100,000. I see 54.
Yeah, the numbers got skewed.
Oh, okay. Well, do you have the new capital?
I don't.
I don't, I
You
don't
have
have
it,
that.
Doug. You have it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they came,
I sent it to you in email last week.
Oh,
Tracy.
you know what, I probably downloaded it and
Yeah,
did not,
we discussed it and we decided to break it down into 3 pieces.
okay, I only
Okay.
took the first one that came to me.
Okay, so
That's
if you
all right.
want it, that's just a pure replacement
Yep.
of what we have right now. Okay,
That's a replacement and upgrade,
upgrade of our TriCaster and CableCast system.
okay,
To be able to broadcast all of our meetings and events on Channel 9 and also accommodate Channel 8. Channel 8 is Triton.
Yep.
Triton, as you probably recall, at Springtown meeting, we approved $75,000
Yes,
for
we
Triton. That was to get a TriCaster system so they could record school committee meetings from the library.
Mhm.
It is connected via IP to their clubhouse, where their clubhouse has fiber connected to Hale Street, which allows them not only
okay,
to
so they go
broadcast
directly.
the school committee directly, take over the channel, but also any sporting events, if they hook up, they can take over the channel. But everything else, we take care of on our server that we need to replace. So all scheduled broadcasting, reprogramming,
Mhm.
and bulletin board and all that stuff, we have to take care of it on our server.
Okay.
Okay,
Do we have any measure of, how many people in the town tune into these broadcasts?
Comcast won't provide the numbers.
I'll be darned.
The only thing we do have is we have a YouTube, because we put it up on YouTube. What'd you say?
I watch them.
Oh, good. I mean, we know some people
There's
do,
one,
but
yeah.
we don't really have any concrete numbers, but, our accountability through our Comcast contract is to deliver this.
Yep.
So
Yep.
We have a contractual obligation to do this.
And, you said that we got our last system sort of right at the end of the life of
XP's
XP.
life, yeah.
So the present software,
So
do we
Windows
have any
10
guarantees
is
that it's gonna be-
offering a 10 plus, which guarantees you 10 plus maintenance on it. So you'll continue to get security updates, and such, and patches from Windows if you do the Windows Plus. So, we're still at Windows 10.
Mhm.
So it would be my intent to go to the 10 plus, so we have a guaranteed amount of time.
Yep.
That system will get its security updates, and patches from Microsoft.
So you're saying as long as Microsoft is supporting 10, we can be up to date?
Just like,
Yeah,
Anything
which probably
else,
be a long
right?
time.
yeah,
Now, this is going to be an install here.
it's gonna be an install at High Road
Oh, it's
for the
high road.
server. The
Okay.
fiber is at High Road, so
Okay, so this goes,
unless we want to invest $30,000+ to bring fiber to a temporary
No.
leased building,
Nope.
it's gotta go over at High
so
Road.
that's going to high road.
That's going to High Road. The TriCaster component, which we have here,
Yep.
will be replaced here, so we can do our recordings
Yep.
live.
Okay.
So to get from here to High Road, you're just going over public.
Over internet protocol, yeah.
Okay. And in the time that we would go back to High Road at the town hall.
Yeah.
How portable is the equipment is here?
The TriCaster, it's in
You just pick it
a
up.
rack, so to speak, a small rack, so to speak. So it can move. We don't like to move it too much, but,
Yeah,
would just
But
be,
it's just
a move over.
unhook, rehook,
Yeah.
and just the wire.
yeah, just like
Uh-huh.
that.
Okay.
It'll be a very complex project. It's not, there's a lot of moving parts to this, so.
Okay.
And speaking with the vendors, they have been working with some other towns that do have XP, and it's a tough migration, so we're gonna have to work very closely with them to make it as seamless as possible.
how's the hardware and software, the new hardware and software gonna help with, the issues we've had with transmitting over the IP?
It has nothing to do with IP.
Yeah, okay, so still could have
We
issues.
still could have issues, yeah.
Okay.
As long as we're in a temporary location and as long as we're going over IP to connect to
Yep.
where the server is,
Mhm.
that's always gonna be a shady piece that we can't control. I did upgrade the IP, so it's a faster speed,
Mhm.
so when it works, it
May I ask a question? What happens if town hall stays here? What happens if it doesn't move? There's nothing saying that.
That's a decision for the selectmen and the town. I'm not sure that, the landlord would allow us to have fiber brought into this building. Maybe they would, but that's
Worth
also
asking.
another significant investment for the town to do that. And if we only end up being here for another 10 years, then we've spent all that money on bringing fiber into this building.
The existing town hall where the server is either gonna be demolished or renovated. Where's that equipment that's gonna be no good there, you're gonna have to move it anyways.
That's
Why
not
not
bridge
bring all
been
that
crossed
stuff
yet,
in?
Tony, so I can't answer that question.
No,
So
pushing ahead,
we're more than likely gonna have to retain the basement of that somehow.
that's
Or
what the
figure out a
equipment
way where that fiber can be easily migrated to one of the other structures that we have right in that area. That would not be a significant impact or financial impact to the town to move that server to another closer location. To bring it all the way to this side of town would be a huge expense from,
How big is that box?
it's a rack.
Oh, okay.
It's about 6 feet tall.
So, excuse my ignorance, but are you the systems expert for the town?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and you're convinced that this is the right way to go?
I've experienced this system for the past 3 years since we moved it over here. It's been nothing but a nightmare from a support perspective. This new system will also has a lot of new features. It will allow us to do a lot of new things that we're kind of hand tied to do now because our system is old.
So the manufacturers or your vendors, what are they saying the life expectancy of software would be? Is this a
Well-
10-year investment or is this?
I'd say it's about a 10-year investment, yeah. I mean, they've said that we've been pretty lucky that we haven't had more problems than what we've been having right now. So, just like anything, you know, any servers, you typically plan on a 7 to 10-year window for replacements.
And am I correct that the money for this comes ultimately from Comcast and we gotta spend it on something
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is,
relating to,
There is a Comcast grant account that all of the money from Comcast that we get from them is set aside into that account.
Right.
So that's where this will be expended from.
and that, the amount in that is a little over $600,000, so there's plenty of money in there to pay for all of this.
39,000.
So that's the
So
server,
that's the
replacement.
replacement, kind of swap out replacement on that
Yeah.
one.
okay.
Okay, then there's 2 other pieces here. The second piece is, a mobile road case. Okay,
Oh, the mobile go live, okay.
right, so because we're kind of in a state of not knowing, number one, how long we're gonna be here. Number 2, because we have very limited meeting space, so, there are many occasions where, right now, planning or board of selectmen have to go to another meeting
Okay.
room. And also with some of the events, that are being held, we'd like to be able to go live right in the field.
so like
Okay.
town meeting, could you
Go to round school.
set up?
We could, but I don't think a decision has been made to do that, because then people would stay home and they wouldn't come out to vote. So,
Okay.
that's the intent behind not going live then and just rebroadcasting. But for everything else, it would allow us to do that. So, you know, the times where this meeting room is booked and the board of selectmen have to go to fire hall, the library,
Yep.
we could bring this unit with us.
Got it.
Okay, and that would contain all of the Wi-Fi connectivity that we would need in order to do that, get a camera to go with it and such, so.
Yep.
And that's the reason I separated them. I think it's a key component to what we need to do and respond to right now.
Yep.
And it will also allow us some flexibility to bring something, things live. There's a veterans luncheon happening on Sunday. It would be nice to be able to
Yep.
broadcast that live. We can't do that right now.
Okay. And finally, any questions on that piece?
I'm still hung up on this fiber thing. so.
Well, okay, you can say
Well,
about
that's a
the
different,
fiber
that's a
thing.
different,
That's a very different
completely
issue.
different issue right now,
Yeah.
So,
so.
okay. And then your last,
My last piece is an upgrade to the audio sound mics here. Okay. You know, when we were at town hall, they used the mics that you see in the back here, as
Yep.
well as swapping off with these goosenecks. It was kind of a preference,
Yep.
a selectman preference as to what mics they wanted to use, so we've kind of gone back and forth. As you can see, this is okay. It's not an ideal setup. There's lots of wires going right under you. And it would be nice to have a mic set up automatically for every single meeting, versus counting on the sound in the camcorders that we have set up. So everything's nice and crisp and clear, it can be heard. So there's a couple of options. We could do hangers here. Or we could do some other mics, you know, from the walls over here, but have a system that, you know, basically we could switch on.
so this system would give us, talk about the sound quality we would get in the legibility. And the reason I ask that is we use a system every week for our meetings at work. And for some of them, some of the people are really clear, and then some would be like Tony out in the bathroom there, hello? What's going on here? Getting the sound is a real problem. Is that an issue that we have right now, and would this cure that issue?
I believe so. I mean, I've talked to 3 or 4 vendors about it, and they feel that the hangers would be the best solution to it. We will always have a backup, so if somebody from, say, the audience wants to come up and speak, we'll probably have a mic set up at all times here that the person speaking could speak into as well.
So, okay, I'm not gonna jump into the weeds on that, see how that works. Just,
I'm happy to talk to whoever, you know, you
No.
use, or your experiences there, or.
oh no, our experience is, I wish we had something like
Better,
this.
yeah, I hear you.
Okay, because our experience is,
It's a
Mostly-
tough room,
yeah,
you know,
and we have a bunch of tough rooms.
Yeah.
So that's what we
exactly.
do. Okay.
And this would, you know, the goal would be if we were to move to another or back to a location or to another location, we could migrate this with us.
Yeah, that's
Would-
versatility is.
Exactly.
And so there's migrate as well.
Yeah.
And clearly the Go Mobile unit, since it goes mobile, is.
Exactly.
Are any of the mics in this particular component of what you're asking about, those part of the actual mobile case?
Yeah, there'll be a sound system with the mobile case as well.
Okay. Questions?
How is this mobile case gonna be transported around to different events?
It's in a little road case, it's in like a suitcase.
Throw it in the trunk
Mhm.
and carry it?
All right. Any other questions from the committee? All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Susan.
Thank you. All righty.
All right, but I do have one favor to ask Susan,
Sure.
and that is, when I made this up, I made up,
Do you want me to give you the new ones? Is that?
yeah, I'd like to get the new ones, but I've got the Form E rating sheet, okay? The Form E rating sheet, I have you down with 1 unit without the cost. And I give you just, or you can pull a rating sheet off the website. And do,
Whatever you wanna do, it doesn't matter.
if you've got 3 requests, we need 3 rating sheets. for
Okay,
each of
that's
us.
fine. I mean, I think be consistent. I would
Yeah.
prefer to be consistent.
So if you would give us 3 rating sheets
Okay,
on each one, at the top, just give us.
if you wanna give me that one, so
Yeah.
I make sure I grab the right one off the website, or just duplicate
Or
this.
just, you can cover that,
Okay.
duplicate that.
Okay, all right, I will do that.
The cost for each one,
Mm-hmm,
you know, 1 to 3.
Okay.
And then we'll rate those.
okay, will do.
And each of these if I'm looking at the right sheets here, each of them is called, there's 3 different projects, but each of them is called PEG equipment upgrade.
So if you
So we could
pick-
have 3 different titles, then it would be,
or you
then we
can
know
pick
what we're
1, 2,
talking
3. Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Will do.
All right.
Thanks.
In the meantime, I'll just pull those sheets off. Here are the rating sheets that we
Okay.
have.
does Stuart get to vote even though he wasn't here last
Yes,
time? Oh, good.
yeah, the only thing you wouldn't get to vote on is the minutes.
Okay. Well, there you go.
Welcome back.
Can I interrupt you for a second?
Yeah.
I was having enough coffee this morning, I got these last minutes, already, chance to look at them that well. When you spoke, when somebody said something about $40,000, from last one, I mean,
Yeah.
from last time's report, I thought, "Why, I get back to my office, I thought, why is it so much? But the difference, you know, so 11,666 of that is the pro care, preventative maintenance, which I don't care if we,
The warranty?
yeah, well, it's a warranty and they'll come out for 7 years. You do preventative maintenance, all that stuff, I mean, it's $12,000, so I mean, how much these are required maintenance?
Well, what would you recommend?
I'd recommend we don't do that.
Okay, well, that's a
So-
big number.
As we have them inspected by the state requires us to have them inspected by an independent source anyway every year. And we hardly have that problem with our stretches now, so.
And they would flag any maintenance at that point.
Yep, yeah, that's all $1,000.
So
So they'll bring it down to,
you give us a number, we'll pencil it in here.
$41,400.24. Which is much more in line with what you've had.
Yes.
Like I'm thinking, this is last year, how you go up so much.
I think, was it 41,424, did you say?
$41,400.24.
Oh.
So will that change the figure on Article 8?
Yes, it will. We'll amend it on the floor. Okay.
And the whole local system too, just makes it easier, because we're, all guys in the middle of the night, we only have 2 people who wanna call, which is fine.
Well, that makes a huge difference between
You give
the
it a-
$30,000 and the $53,000. Okay. Because 30K was the stretcher alone.
Yep.
Okay. So let's modify that one.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Chief.
All right, my apologies.
No problem.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming back.
Thank you.
All right.
Feel better.
You come on,
You feel better.
So we're gonna score these.
Score these, complete, the score rating sheet. The ratings, I've got the guidelines here as well, copies of that. But I think it's pretty straightforward.
What's the useful life on the stretcher?
That was gonna be the 10 to 19 year range.
Yeah.
you mentioned. Okay. with the rollers, since they got that many years out of the last one, I would say that they're in the 20 range this time. And when Susan gets back, we can get her stuff.
Okay.
Any other concerns? If not,
With the PEG money or with, anything in general?
well, just what we're covering this morning. Generally, we're pretty straightforward in what we get in.
So the PEG money comes from Comcast, it goes into this account and it has to be spent on things that are related to
Yes. Yep.
broadcast of town activities, is that?
Yep.
Sort of a,
Outfitting
Accurate.
things for whether it's the schools or the town hall, that sort of thing. Can I get both of your full names, just to add them to the minutes?
Tony Matthews?
Double T?
Yes, 2 Ts.
Okay.
Chet Holt.
well, and you?
Oh, my number, 970, I don't.
Oh,
have-
no, just your name.
Okay,
And thanks for coming in.
Yeah. Pleasure.
Usually, we had
We don't
gone,
know, no, we haven't
we had
known
gone for years without seeing
absolutely.
another person come to these meetings.
I think when I came, the one, that you had, it was in maybe March or April, and you said, geez, no one's been to any of our meetings in 6 years.
It's true, it's true. Was that the one we had in the hall?
Yes,
we were
yeah,
locked
down in the hallway, yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's what it is. Check with Susan, see where those forms are.
The appropriations booklet, that hasn't come out yet, huh?
No.
Yeah.
The old one is, well, you can see it's,
Right. This
excuse me?
is for all their own patching, right?
And I don't know, it seems to me it has some capabilities that the old one doesn't have. But it seemed like a slam dunk to me. You know, the old one is falling apart
It's costing them money.
and for a piece of heavy equipment, $30,000 seems like not that much.
And it's a walk behind.
I don't remember.
Or is it remote control? Or is it ride-on? Might be a small ride-on. Yeah. Got it.
I may have it.
I think the concept of, Jim's really moving that department to doing a lot of this rather than outsourcing.
Yeah.
That's just
Yeah.
one of those components.
Yep.
Like I noticed the new asphalt sealer that they got,
Yes.
that we voted on here or so, that they're using.
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah, I
He's
noticed
used
that,
a
I
lot.
came home one day and I noticed the strip across the front of our driveway.
Right, and that was just been paved, what, 2 years ago?
Yeah.
So they're really being preventative on it, which is great to see.
Yeah, yeah, I saw them out, on, Boston Road yesterday.
Yeah.
Well, who's the, oh. I don't think both, but it doesn't really tell you whether it's a right on, walk behind or what. I think it said the vibrating drum was, new capability.
Oh, the old one does that, right?
That's what I don't understand. This town can't get,
So, it sounds like you had a fabulous trip.
We did, we went sailing on the Stockholm Archipelago, which is just gorgeous. And we've sailed there before, but not, I don't know, 12 years. And we were with several clubs got together and organized this thing, and I was the treasurer for the cruise, so I'm intimately involved with the whole thing, managing 4 different currencies and.
So, what currencies, oh, the incoming currencies?
Well, most of our expenses were in Swedish krona, because we're in Sweden, but we chartered what we call a mothership. But some of our older members don't want to sail their own boats anymore. And so, but this cruise was big enough, we had 2 motherships. So one of them was from Denmark, and so I had to pay him in euros, and the other one was from Norway, and so I had to pay him in Norwegian krona.
Mm-hmm.
And then so most of the income is in dollars, and the outflow is in mostly Swedish krona, but some
Euros.
Norwegian, yeah. So,
How big were the motherships?
one was a converted tall ship that was a freighter. When it was a working boat in Norway, and it's like 125 feet, something like that. Yeah, although it's a surprisingly small crew. I mean, the skipper, his wife, and one deckhand. And then the other one was about the same. The Danish boat was about the same. The Danish boat was a little fancier.
Oh, I mean, it sails, or everybody was out there pulling.
If
you wanted to participate in handling lines, you could.
That's fun.
But they're, with a small crew, they're capable of.
Yep, they can get it.
Handling. The guy who is the skipper of the Loyal, which is the Norwegian thing, we've used that on a number of cruises. And we were in Sweden, I don't know, 3 years ago, when there was a storm coming and the wind was blowing sideways, and they put the Loyal into this spot where he had to get in behind one boat, ahead of another boat, but he didn't have much room to maneuver side to side. And to see this guy, he didn't have any trouble at all. It's very heavy, so the wind doesn't move it much, but I'm just really impressed.
No bow thrust.
No, just, a big diesel engine and a great big rudder.
We were off the Columbia River on the west coast and saw a Coast Guard boat trying to come into the dock. Heavy winds, heavy offshore winds.
Yeah.
It was clear that it was not a sail vessel. He got in there, he dropped somebody on the dock, he had a line, and this guy couldn't take the boat. They were close to the dock, he was 90 degrees off.
So he had one line off the bow or the stern, or?
Yeah, and one poor guy holding on.
Was the guy holding on, or he had it
tied.
wrapped around it?
He had wrapped it. But it was a good size boat, it was 100 foot.
Wow.
But it was just painful to watch.
Yeah. Well, I
Right.
have to say, that's,
That's fair.
I'm surprised that they
Meeting
didn't have it
adjourned,
sorted out.
or was somebody else coming in to talk?
No, we have,
We gotta fill out
These
some more
forms.
forms, but otherwise, I think we're
There's
done.
one for each of you.
The show part is done.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's right.
For each.
Oh, I don't think she should.
Okay.
we just have to do these ratings, which is what we were waiting for.
Yeah, I
And
was
then as
just
soon as the
wondering.
ratings are done, we'll
Yeah.
adjourn.
Okay, all right.
So the business is done.
We're done.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, have a good day.
Thank you too.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
Yep, thank you.
I guess we call this maintenance, since the old stuff is.
Yeah.
Go on,
thinking 5 to 9 years is probably where we
I
are.
bet you're right. And, priority, I guess I'd call this medium.
The maintenance costs actually should go down,
Okay.
but there should be no change on revenue, because it's not a revenue generator.
Yeah.
And there's nothing available. The good news is, and the mobile equipment, would you say that's a new service? 'Cause we have that now.
Yeah, I don't think we have it.
Yeah.
Let me ask on
Yeah, camera technology should last 10 to 19 years, because they come with cameras.
Excuse me?
They come with cameras, so 10 to 19 years.
You think?
And
I don't know, I'd say anything that has to do with broadcasting is probably.
less than
Yeah.
that. I was just,
God.
I was thinking the mobile case, that's the only thing I'm thinking. What's the life expectancy on the cameras in the mobile case?
7 to 10.
Right.
So we're really in this at 5 to 9.
Yeah.
Like system get more of a useful life.
Yeah, we do.
So Mike's, you're saying,
Mics are gonna be the
10
10 to 19.
okay,
And the funding from this comes from
All of
Comcast.
this is from Comcast account.
How often does that recharge? 600,000?
That gets paid, we get something from Comcast every year that goes into that account.
Okay, it's currently has 600,000, so it gets,
Over 600, almost 680,000. So plenty of money.
so it gets replenished with another 100,000 a year? Probably not that much.
It is part of what what Comcast collects from people in the town as for their cable service.
Yeah, for
So it's basically
public
kickback.
broadcasting.
Right.
Capability.
Yeah.
But that's mandated by
That's the,
FTC or something like that.
is that
the contract.
state law or is just our contract?
It's a, it's a contract with them. I don't think it's a law, but when they go into any municipality to get permission to go into that municipality, they have that. And this actually goes to federal law because they have an obligation to provide public education programming.
Yep.
So you'll see commercial stations running ads for driver safety, all of those kinds of things. It's part of the same thing. with cable, since they go into every town has the ability to get them to fund this public access television. And then in turn, you get to have the equipment here in the schools. And they must be making a good bit of money because we're getting a good bit of money.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Yes, I presume that $600,000 is a very, very small percentage of whatever it is that they bill all the residents.
all right, well, I'll take the
Okay,
forms
here's-
from you.
Here's my plan.
Thank you. And then those will be, I'll correlate these, get the minutes out. Oh, I didn't entertain the motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.